It is all come down to this. The final four participants, four players for three available spots on the live televised finals. Tomorrow's USBC Queens telecast live on CBS Sports Network. Those players include Jane Sin, Alicia Current, Valerie Bercier, and Clara Guerrero. Again, the three highest pinfall totals will advance. The player with the lowest pinfall total, unfortunately, will finish sixth. That is where Jane Sin finished in 2024. Imagine had she won the Queens along with the other four titles that she had won. Player of the Year would have been wrapped up already. Early Player of the Year implications possibly here. Emil Williams Jr., Jim Callahan, Jason Thomas will have Leia Zweig down lane side with the cam. And Jim, we have made our way through. We just watched two really good matches. Some things that we hadn't actually seen before in regards to ball reaction with Natasha Roslan and specifically Jane Sin. And her match ball started to roll really early. We both picked up on that. Within the first couple of shots on the particular pair, she managed just to grind through just like she does and escapes with a win. Valerie Bercier really put the heat on Jordan early on. Jordan kept having some issues with that left lane. It was Valerie who kept inching left faster in that match as well. Those two advanced, and of course, Alicia Current, Clara Guerrero. We haven't seen them since the earlier losses in the winners bracket, respectively. When you look at the four players involved on this pair of lanes, and of course, this is the first time since qualifying that we see more than two players on one pair. How does the additional traffic perhaps play a role in the strategy and what we're about to see right now?
It's definitely going to see more transition. You're going to get left quicker, but I think they did a really good job of starting out to the right and breaking the lane down right to left instead of starting too far to the left. Everybody was around 13, 14 to 8 at the beginning. I could see Jane and Clara being pretty close to that to start out with, and Alicia and Valerie a little bit left of that, maybe 17 to 8. So, I mean, we have four players. Two of them are pretty similar, and the other two are similar. So we have two styles. I think the left lane hooks a little bit more, probably two more. So you're going to see it a little bit left there. Transition at 18 frames. You're going to see everybody have to move probably 3 or 4 left after that, and then anything could happen after that.
Should we anticipate moves that, if the players basically have to rethink and going back to qualifying due to the amount of traffic and, of course, the practice on the pair?
Correct. I think any opportunity you get to learn anything, you have to take advantage in this match. I think I have seen this match several times. If you have a really bad look and it's a three-game, 4-person match, you got to take a shot in the 8th, 9th, and 10th, change some balls, trying to finally get a better ball reaction, because you only have to beat one person to make the show. So I could see definitely some out-of-the-box thinking, hopefully, and there's definitely some good players in this field, and let's see what happens. About ready to get started here shortly.
Yeah, we were ready. The pair is 45 through 46, so we're waiting for names to appear.
All right, bowling fans, here we go. The 4 ladies remaining are stacked with accomplishments. We have our reigning PWBA Player of the Year, Miss Sin Lee Jane. We have our 2019 Rookie of the Year, Valerie Bercier from Canada. Our first champion in the relaunch of the tour in Alicia Current, and longtime member of Team Columbia. She was our 2016 Players Champion in Clara Guerrero. Who is going to make the show? Give these ladies a huge round of applause. We're going to find out right here, right now. The 2025 USBC.
Just remember, Valerie and Alicia are going to be a little bit to the left of Jane and Clara at the beginning here. 3 swings as customary. Yeah, right about 13 to 11. Actually missed in and laid there.
Now, that's a bowling ball that she did not throw
Yeah.
in the previous match, which really goes to show just how different that pair was.
She used it on a lot of the other men. That's much earlier.
Absolutely.
That's a bigger ball.
She put up score with that ball.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jane Sin.
Haven't seen that one go down the lane too many times either. This pair appears to be a little bit tighter. Left lane is burning a little earlier, so you're going to see some of those flat 10s, and you're going to see probably quicker ball changes on the left lane than the right lane. Let's see what Clara has.
It's been a minute since we've seen Clara or Alicia Current.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
They've had the break. They were in the winner's bracket, and they got as far as you can go. When you lose, you get seeded automatically into the 4 for 3.
Clara a little left of where Jane was at just because of ball speed. Cover up the spare. We're off to a start. Quiet.
This is still a 3-game total pinfall scenario. All 4 players will bowl 3 games on 45 and 46. The highest, or the player with the highest 3-game total, will be the number 3 seed on the show. Player with the second highest total will be the 4th seed. Player with the 3rd highest will be 5th. Of course, the player with the lowest pinfall total will finish 6th and miss the show.
I would say Alicia be right on top of where Valerie was, a little between 3rd and 4th arrow, right around 17. She missed left. Let's see how different that Valerie's playing this lane. We'll get a little bit better idea of how much the left lane hooks more. About 2. She hit about 4. That was left. Wow. That might be a little cleaner ball. I haven't seen her throw that one much either. Pearlized ball, not much surface on it.
And I feel that a big part of that is the amount of players now back on the pair, right? You got to just rethink everything.
Yeah.
And going back to qualifying, simply with the amount of bowlers traffic now on the pair.
Yep. I'm going to go out on a limb. Jane didn't finish in 6th this week.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do that again.
She's not going for that. I will tell you this, I've seen a lot of these matches. You're never out of it because the person in 3rd going into the last game, their ball reaction not very good either. For, 3rd and 4th, usually it's, and somebody always bowls a big game the last game. Flat 10 for Alicia. Ball seems to be reading very early. She's going to have to get down into those weaker pieces pretty quick.
Quick right now?
Like pretty fast. Let's see how much left Clara is. Clara's about 2 left on that lane.
You can argue that of the players in this particular match, from a legacy cemented, that bounced a lot. To cement a legacy, that's already really great. You take into account, especially the Team of Columbia aspect of things for Clara. But having that Queen's title, 2nd major, I think would have put a nice bow.
I think her perception, too, having 1 title, to be honest, she needs to, everybody goes, she only has 1 title. I hear that a lot. She doesn't want to hear that. You get 2, then it's, they always say, anybody can get 1. By the way, they can't. But you get 2, they go, the first one wasn't a fluke. So we both know that how great a player she is.
And a 4-7.
That lane is definitely tighter.
The history for Alicia Curran again, 2011 Queens. She led, was the top seed, lost to Missy Parkin in the title match in Syracuse.
Sure it wasn't 2017?
According to Jim Callahan, it is. At least early in
Got to
the week.
read it. Good shot. She looked like she moved a little left. That's how fast the years go. I lost 6 years somewhere. I don't know where they went. See if Jane can cover this up. Should be no problem. She's way more animated than she ever. See her shaking her head, and very odd for her.
I kind of like it. Just from the emotional aspect of things, right? She's not afraid to at least be visual, if you will, on what is bothering her, and that was really on display in the previous match against Natasha.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that was more, and that was solely about, man, what is going on with this pair of lanes?
$14 to about 10 back. I think what everybody's trying to do right now is get comfortable. You know, they want to get where they feel they have a good look, then start to try to string strikes. Clara seems like she's got pretty good look on both lanes. About 2 right on this lane, then the other. Right over the first tracer, 10 back. Tried to creep a little high there, though, so she might want to make a move, maybe one more left on this one, just so that it doesn't go high. Wow. Wally 5. Rye smile.
Rasheer, with some TV experience, made the 2019 U.S. Women's Open telecast. And the 10-pin. As Jim mentioned, something that we haven't seen in regards to equipment, at least today.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one. Jane looking down to see if what she has to do different. I don't think she likes what she has. I don't think she's, even though she has a double early, just like Josie the other day, she had a triple and changed balls and then finished out strong. You still have to like what you see. I don't think Jane's all the way comfortable. Good spare. I would say Clara and Valerie feel okay. Alicia's just trying to get settled in. Nerves maybe a little bit there. Hasn't made a show since the relaunch. Definitely the talent there. She's determined.
Indeed, you can tell. She certainly wants this title. She talked about it. She had a sideline interview yesterday, or maybe this morning, of what it would mean. Big shot there for Alicia Current. 2 of the 4 players right now, as you take a look at Alicia Current, 2 of the 4 were in the 2019 or on the 2019 Queens telecast. Clara was the number 3 seed. Jane was the number 2 seed. And Jane ended up losing to Dasha in the finals. Good break there for Valerie. Alicia Current won the first official standard PWBA event during the relaunch 2015 in Sacramento.
Steve Cook's fireside lanes. Jane got that one really right. That was away from the pocket, got past 8-9. Didn't really ever have a chance to get up the hill. She's going to make a ball change in a minute. If you look, she got it right of the tracer. Farther right, about 11-12, and got it over there to, 8. It hooked off of that the other day, but as we've commented, as they've rerun them after this. Good shot, controlling the pocket. Like we said, 8 came off it the other day. It doesn't appear you got to get it to 10-11 now. Maybe if you get to 9, it'll get back.
Good start here for Clara. Rasheer with a double in there. Current with a double in there. Jane Sin started with a double.
I think Alicia's settling in now. Oop.
Look out.
So frustrating.
Here's a look at what we have been bowling on all week long.
2025 USBC Queens pattern, distance 45 feet, volume 27.36, which I think is a medium. You know, it's not too much, it's not too little. I think it's the right amount. Ratio 2.29 to 1. I would say that's on the higher side than what the PWB players normally play on. Remember, they're only ordering 35 feet, so we have 10 feet of buff out. So now we're only 15 feet from the head pin, so gonna have to find some holes somewhere, and we're using ice oil. If you look at the pattern, there's that little cutout, that spot you see that's a lighter color. All the players are starting just left of that, where the darker is the higher amount of volume, and their ball will skid through the front better. If they get it right quick, then that top part of the eye comes into play and makes it go out of bounds, just like Jane's ball did last time. Very fair pattern, I think.
Jane now clean through 6. For sheer.
I would add that with the distance, it tends to steer the straighter players more into play a little bit because they like to keep it in front of them. But hook players had an opportunity as well. You just saw JoJo. About 14 to 8. Ball's getting down the lane a long way. You might have to soften up a little bit there.
Again, your number 1 seed is Josie Barnes. Your number 2 seed is Hazira Ramli from Malaysia. We could have 2 players from Malaysia on the show tomorrow if Jane Sin does advance.
Hook. Got her elbow outside that one. The chicken wing like we talk about, it just got a little right. No chance to come off it. Makeable spare though. Clara, one of the better spare shooters on the tour. Alicia's got to settle down a little bit here. Thought the double would do that, but missing the spare kind of tightens her up again a little bit.
Mm. 3 off the bucket.
Crazy every time. I think she thought she made it about halfway, and then 3/4 of the way she wasn't so sure, and it chopped it right off.
So we'll have the field here with opens here in the first game of this 4 for 3. Getting 3 games, still total pinfall. Push, great shot.
Looks really good on the left lane. Hooks a little more, gives that length and lets it shape. Right lane, it's a little long for Valerie. We'll see the adjustments that she makes. Jane still fine-tuning her ball reaction. One thing you can say, when Jane needs it, where's it going? Straight. It's going in front of her. Let's take a peek at Valerie's shot. Nice, good length. Read the middle part of the lane, lost the axis rotation. Perfect hit. Yeah, when she needs it, it's hard and straight.
Current. That's left.
Trouble. Maybe that'll loosen her up a little bit. That was a funny face.
She's got the wry smile. Made the walk to the right.
That's a little left.
A little hold.
Very nice. Got up the lane where she arced it a little bit more. She was getting it to, 9, 10. Let's see where this one gets to. 16 to, never got past 11, so kept it in front of her, laid right there. That's what she's looking for, left and right. Jane going to the heat, Ricky, keeping it right in front of her. Take a peek at Jane here. She totally can take the lane out of play. Right up 15, not giving it away. 15 to 11. See how that ball's hydroplaning there?
Oof.
Yeah, it's not good on the right lane.
Is she in a one ball on each lane situation possible?
I think so. Yeah, it appears. I mean, the ball and the frame before I saw it get a little long, but that one she just got a little steep. As soon as she gets it going away from the pocket, it has no chance. Let's see how open the players are to changing. Let's see here, Clara.
He makes them up.
Yes, sir. Has to give it away a little bit there. It hooks a little earlier. Tough spare here. You can miss this a lot of ways. You said that earlier. And the person did miss. Whew. That was interesting, kind of falling away from it. And
yeah, it looked like a plastic ball, too.
yeah. I would say I like Jane's theory that when the lanes get a little tricky, when in doubt, keep it in front of you, throw it hard, and take the lane out of play. And I think that's what Jane does a lot of times, and that's why she controls it. Let's see what Alicia does here. Take advantage of the Brooklyn, see if she can parlay. The windows are open.
Great shot.
Really good. Cash your ticket.
Talked about Alicia, two-time Junior Team USA member is current. Dynamite collegiate career between Fairleigh Dickinson and Wichita State. She won some titles at the Women's Championships. Again, runner-up at the 2011 Queens after leading. Garcia, again, still looking good on the left lane. Mentioned the title and the distinction held as the first player to win a PWBA official event since the relaunch. Or during, I should say, 2015.
Going to bowl 4 more events this year. Cleveland, the 3 there, and then the U.S. Open. She has been invited to that. I asked her that particular question. Jane says, I'm not giving the pocket away. That would be no, no, no. No.
You just run out of superlatives.
You're right.
You have to get a dictionary to talk about Jane.
Yeah, no kidding.
She's had the type of season that any player certainly would love to have. All righty.
Maybe that Brooklyn loosened her up a little bit.
Those were 2 very confident shots.
That was firm, and she kept it in front of her, and she threw it with conviction. Let's see if Clara can respond. Oh, that's way left. Got over top of it, elbow outside. The pair does look very playable, though, I must say. Better than the 2 previous pairs that they bowled on. This one looks, there's some push in the front. But we'll see how chopped up as it get with 4 players instead of 2 and bowling those 3 games.
Tenth frame, Jane can pour it on. Bang.
She ain't missing much more here, buddy. She ain't giving it away an inch. She didn't, yeah.
Jim, just how different was what pair was that?
Did they
43 and 44? But that wasn't the pair we had been. That was 41 and 42 that had
41
been
and 2 was
talk
the
earlier.
tough left lane, yeah.
Just so crazy how, and that's bowling, right? The house center characteristics.
Topography, 100%. Topography is the peaks and valleys on the surface. Every lane has their own identity and fingerprints. That's way left.
Oh.
How many times she got that hit?
She and Natasha.
Yeah.
It was a battle of who could carry that hit at
That
late.
is the Liz Johnson hit. She's taken over the role of the Trip 4 Hall of Fame carry hit because, got to tell you, she's already eligible for the Hall of Fame. Let's see if Valerie stuck with this ball. Still, when she goes up the lane, it's a little quick. She's going to look at something on this lane, I would think. Like we said, have your bowling tournaments out there in the chat, and take a look every chance you have to get something. Jane says, I ain't looking at nothing except for strikes. Stay out of my way. Man, you think she was going to bowl 250 in the fourth frame? Didn't have that great a look. We were like, maybe Jane's looking
Maybe
not
she's
so
right.
good.
Maybe she's going to make a change.
Yeah, maybe she's going to do boom. 8-bagger, 7-bagger. She's really trying to keep it on line there. I think the ball is forcing her to do that, though. Fantastic game. She only made one really errant shot. Let's see. She might not change either. She's looking.
She's got that lean, like maybe, but it could be a situation where the
That would be nope.
yeah, we talked about fill shots and depending on personal preference, etc. But in a 4-for-3, maybe not taking the chance on giving away pins if you feel like you can still get to the pocket.
Yeah. I think she could throw any ball and get 9. Maybe it's opening up a little bit. She got a little right there. Could be transitioning. Got to remember, we're in that transition phase now. You have 4 players. It's been 18 frames. You cut it in half, that's 9 with 2 more players.
With practice.
Yeah, maybe it's opening up a little bit. She obviously knows her equipment better than Emil and I do. We're just going by what our eyes tell us. Clara's got to clean it up a little bit. A couple of the last 4 or 5 shots have not been good off her hand. She's going to move left. I heard her or I didn't hear her. I saw her read her lips. When you have bad hearing, you become very good at that. I have that too.
It's a fair point.
That's true.
How about Alicia Current?
Yeah, that Brooklyn might have loosened her right up.
Doing a lot of industry work, of course. Big time now with Dexter.
Yeah, she's risen right up the ranks there and got a very good job there. I don't know what her exact title is, but it's definitely a good position. Let's see if Clara can clean it up. I heard her. She's going to move left. Oh, yeah, she made a substantial move left. She gave it away, though. I don't think she wanted to throw it that far to the right. Seemed like she balled up, too, which that doesn't seem like the right thing to me. That's the Equinox, so that's pretty clean. Got that one right. .213.
.256 Jane Sin, 246 Valerie Bercier. Is there anything to the notion that Jane and Valerie have continued to bowl? They haven't had to wait a few matches?
Might be. I mean, they've been 20 minutes in between, but you also got to remember they bowled a lot more games than everybody else. So you could look at it the opposite way as well, or maybe they're just, if they didn't get to get a snack, if, they haven't been staying hydrated. So I think you can look at it both ways. I think all 4 of these players are great athletes, and they're going to continue to go forward.
All right, we'll take a quick moment to hear from one of the best brands in all of bowling, I Am Bowling, and then a giveaway after that next here on Bowl TV.
This is I Am Bowling. We craft unique and creative customizable jerseys, t-shirts, hoodies, and apparel that meets your needs for every occasion. We use both cutting-edge technology and traditional craftsmanship to carefully craft designs that remain vibrant and durable over time. When you order with us, a new piece is crafted just for you. We offer premium products that can be customized to fit your desires. Bowling is fun, so come join us at iambowling.com today and experience all our amazing products.
And we start with a bucket for Valerie Bercier on the right lane. And it's now time for our first of 2 giveaways here in this final 4 for 3 match. An I Am Bowling jersey.
Nice.
Thank you to I Am Bowling. If you are listening, ladies and gentlemen, again, make sure you move out of full screen mode. Again, get out of full screen mode so you can see the lower third prompts. Again, that will appear in the lower left portion of your video screen. Right now, I should say a giveaway will begin soon. You'll see that time clock moving. Once that gets to 0, you will have then the opportunity to submit entry. There'll be another lower third. It'll just say submit entry. You'll have 45 seconds to do so. All you got to do is click submit entry. Good luck to everyone. Thank you for being a subscriber to Bowl TV.
Good luck. Valerie got it right again. She's going to have to make a ball change on that right lane. No doubt. Clara went with the bigger ball, moving a little bit left. Or it has surface on it. It may not be a bigger ball. It's an Equinox, so it gets through the front. That's the ball that Steph Johnson said she went to the other day as well when she was in the booth with us. Strong, good start. Good start for everyone.
Submit entry, folks.
You got to be willing to get rid of a ball if it doesn't read it right. If you wait too long, you do not want to, second guess after the fact.
And Charlene, come on home to me. Charlene. Great. Come on, Charlene.
I don't know that one.
That's from Anthony Hamilton.
Don't know that one.
Oh, it's great. R&B, neo soul singer. Congrats, Charlene. Charlene's always an active chatter as well. You got yourself a jersey courtesy of I Am Bowling. Lean on it.
Gotta tell you, Jane may not miss anymore. I know that sounds sarcastic, but that's about a 9-bagger right there.
It's not going to miss the pocket.
No, please.
Again, I Am Bowling, folks, a brand for all bowlers. IamBowling.com. Jerseys, shirts, accessories, and more. You can head on over to IamBowling.com today. Tough spare there. Here's a look at Jane.
Got a little right, too, and it tipped off of 11.
Just got to lean on it.
I'm going to tell you. You think there's any stress in her arm swing? Player of the year, pockets full of money, living the dream, traveling around the world. Ain't no wonder they all go over. Clara moved in on both lanes.
I like it.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Commitment. She moved in. She says, I'm going to do this. Valerie's the next one that has to make that commitment and make the change. Made a bad shot on the left one. I think she's still good there. This right lane, she's got to make a ball change soon. You can't make it where you got to throw it perfect. Watch that current, girl.
Getting
Sneaking
comfortable.
up.
Getting comfortable. Thank you for letting us know that, too. It is Charlene as opposed to Charlene. Either way, get yourself an I Am Bowling jersey. 3 doubles. They are not by Valerie Bercier at the moment. Could that change?
She got to get rid of that.
Uh-oh.
Move left and went straighter. Got to have some shape. It's not losing axis rotation near quick enough. By that, we mean it's not slowing down in that middle part of the lane. Hate to repeat myself, but there might be different, people in the stream. We want to keep everybody
Look.
on the same page. Oh, what are you talking about? Book it. Write it down. I don't even question it anymore. What are you talking about?
We try to get to a point where it's just not comical what we watch from her.
Thinking.
Okay, so Jim, what type of bowling ball? What characteristics of
Ball that's
piece
a
of
little
equipment?
stronger, that'll lose axis rotation, maybe with a little bit of surface, that'll shape off that middle part of the lane. If she gets firm or steep, the ball never hooks. So she needs to have something that'll shape off that middle part. I would say probably a hair stronger and something that's a little more responsive off the middle lane with a bit of surface. And that's exactly what Clara's throwing now. That was a great ball change by her. Remember the saying, "Thee who waits fall behind." It's not a real saying, but I made that up.
But Jim is in his bag now. He's gotten so comfortable this week. Current for 3 in a row.
Hook.
Lean on it.
Yeah, just got
10
away
pin.
from it a little bit. Here it comes. It's easy to get comfortable when you got to remember, I've watched this every day for 25 years, off and on. So it's very easy for me to read. There's your shape right there. Book it. Here we go. Be like anything. If you were any job, you know what I mean? When I sit down, it's somebody commented earlier, oh, he reads balls good. I do it every day. If I'm not good at it, I'd be disappointed.
Well, that's why you're here.
I don't know about that. I thought it was my charm.
A little charm, some bowling balls, some analysis, a smile.
Always get a smile from Esther Chi walking by. My dinner mate the other day with Jane. She did say she bowled better the next day when she bowled 181 over because we had dinner.
Four in a row for Jane Sin. I do have some information here for us, Jim.
Yes, sir.
I'll do my best. Sydney Brummett sideline impersonation. Jane started with the XL. Switched in the 5th frame to the physics blackout. The next ball would be the Attention Star, which we saw in the previous match. For Alicia, the RSTX1. At the moment, this is from Rob Gottschall. Not sure which ball would be next in the progression at this moment.
I don't know what her step down was off of that. It's obviously going to be something a little cleaner because that's a solid cover, so it's going to pick up. But it was a good move to get into that. She just made a bad shot there. You can't go by that.
And then for Clara, the Ion Pro Game 1, as we talked about, the switch to the Equinox, the Marvel Pearl would most likely be next in her progression.
Man, she even throws that ball with confidence. You see how she got there, and she knows if she gets it a little right, it's gonna shape off that middle part of the lane. That is a confident shot right there. Got it out on the lane a little bit. Got it right to the tracer. Very impressive. She's been great this week. Well, let's see what the ball change does on the right lane for Valerie. This is the key. Everybody else is pretty comfortable. Let's see if Valerie can get comfortable here.
And if you're just joining us, Valerie did shoot 246 in Game 1. It's, again, a 3-game total pinfall scenario still. Format didn't change, just more players, 4 for 3. Must have.
A little behind it.
Slightly.
It was okay, though. I don't think it was a great, probably an 8 out of a 10 for a shot. Probably could square up a little more. There's a little more hold than she thinks she has.
This is the Deviate Dark Side, which has been a consistent piece of equipment for Valerie in particular. Jane Sin, 4 or 5 in a row.
Ooh. See that? It gives people hope.
Quickly
They
shakes
know
her
they
head.
still have a chance.
In this situation, of course, you just gotta not be last.
Yep.
Again, Jane Sin finished 6th last year. She was in this very match in 2024 at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay. She finished 6th. And was the fourth total, fourth highest pin total, the first lowest, if you will. Quick shake that off. Shake of the head there, and Jane Sin will move to the next frame. As Clara looks for 5 in a row here.
Alicia's got to pay attention here. You know, I mean, she can't let them get away. So, yeah. Got around that one.
That is not an RSTX1.
No, that is a ball change. That might be an Origin, if I was guessing. Kind of easy when I worked for that company for a long time. Glad it's not Brunswick or Motive balls, because it would be a little more difficult. That's left.
Oh, break.
Oh, I thought she was going to get the snowplow. It's the original Origin. A little cleaner through the front, a little more in the mid lane. It's a good ball change. At least she realizes the urgency that she can't wait. I hope Valerie didn't wait too long and it cost her. Hear a pin drop in here. Good spare. Good crowd
converter
here too. If you look down there, there's plenty of people here to watch.
It's been great here at Suncoast all week. Their first couple of days of qualifying, in fact, all through qualifying, we looked up. We were being surrounded. We did have the step and repeat of the backdrop behind us to help with that. High flush again for Jane Sin.
7:30 on a Monday night. You got plenty of people here. Let's see. Valerie read it perfect on this lane last time. Ball lost to acceleration a little bit quicker. Read the middle part lane, and she was perfect. Let's see if she can repeat that. Definitely made a big move. That wasn't thrown with a lot of confidence, I don't think. I think she's still a little unsure. She'll figure it out. Great bowler.
Yeah, the scores were Jane Sin 256 game 1, Valerie 246 game 2. Game 1. Alicia Current 213 game 1, Clara 210 game 1.
She's going to have more than 210 this game. .610 spare.
Good friend Stephanie Johnson for Clara. You can hear her off in the background.
Help. Oh. Trying to give the viewpoint to all the fans at a meal about what the players are thinking as they go through this. You know, hey, my ball's early. It's too quick. So just trying to give a little different viewpoint than everybody's used to hearing or seeing.
Patience has been one of our words this week. What level of patience must you have, like in Valerie's case, right? Is there a level of patience that she can have, or is it?
No, I think she can still be a little patient. I think because she knows Alicia doesn't have great ball reaction. So she and she had a little cushion from the first game as well, shooting 240. So she just got to clean it up a little bit. By that, I mean just, make a little bit better shot. She needs to watch her ball go through the pins a couple times, and she'll settle right in. She's done it every match. This is the tough lane for her, though. She made a big move. There you go. She knows that's a good one on that lane.
On the go, fist pump. The new content creator. Check out Valerie's YouTube channel. Bowl with value.
Nice.
She told me she's that she said, I think she had, what is she, the teacher is being taught to in some degree. She's learning a little bit more with every video and just paying more attention to ball motion and as she does the ball reviews. Yep.
I try to share all those when I see them come across, so that we can reach out to more people and let all people get information and the girls have their platforms grow a little bit more. And if you see it out there, share it, read it, take care of all of our PWBA players. They work hard and they're trying to give everybody a good experience about the PWBA. Good shot.
Clara. Bang.
Great shot. The one thing I will say, they're not getting left too quick. They're only at 18-19, and we're almost done 2 games. So it's definitely they're camping out and just working on angles through the front, balling down. I don't think they want to get over there.
It's just interesting how, kind of, not that things have changed and done a complete 180, but it's like we get back to having multiple players or more than 2 on one pair of lanes, and all of a sudden everyone's more adept and want to stay further right. But if we're bowling against someone, player to player, that
they'll go anywhere.
They'll just go a little further left.
Valerie's starting to creep over there. See the lane it's crazy. The lane that is tight, it looks okay, but it's actually too strong for that lane. If she misses up the lane, it hooks, and he makes right, it's flat 10. That is no bueno. Got to go. At least on that lane. I think it's a 2-ball deal now. She's been in a transition here for a little bit.
We talked about it early in game 1 when you saw the Ocean Vibe not doing what it was supposed to do on the right lane. And we thought maybe kind of just midway through the first game it could be a 1-ball each lane scenario.
You can definitely see it now. Oh, Clara hit up on that one.
Push.
Ooh. That's usually her tendency when she wants to get it. Wants a little extra, she hits up on it, and it reads a little bit sooner, and it just laid there. A little oomph. You can see when that ponytail goes up and down like that, that's usually when she hits up on it. Held right there.
Clara looking for her 14th championship round appearance.
Fantastic career. Not even done yet. Better shape now than she's been. She works out all the time. The girls, these kids today and girls, they're in great shape. It's a job now. Yeah, that lane hook's so. That lane hook's. They're trying to play the same zone, but it picks up so much sooner in the front part. We're waiting for the first one to make the jump, to that 22-23 zone to get through the front.
Are there some nerves, in a sense, to where those who won't make that jump? Alicia Current?
Could be.
Val is kind of slowly kind of peeking over there, and she gets a good break.
But you can see how her ball was too long. Went to this ball, now it's shaping in the right spot, left lane. Missed left, went high, missed right, flat 10. That means this is 2-ball written all over it. Look over there, Rob's talking to Travis. Alicia's boyfriend. Fiance, I believe. So they communicate all the time.
Jane taking her time, as always. Good pre-shot routine.
Never rushes. Never rushes. That's about as bad as you're going to get from her. Take her time. That's a very good point. If you're going to stop, put the ball down. Start your process over. You hold it in your hand, you got all that weight. That's a great tip by Alicia right there. Didn't even do it on purpose. But you always put the ball down when you're going to stop. Start over.
All right, she'll take the count. Max here for game 2 drops to 244. Push.
I think it's just got that little more push.
If Alicia makes the show, it would be her second career championship round appearance. Since 2015.
Okay.
Third, at least including the Queens aspect that we talked about in 2011.
I don't know what the break point is there. It's when the new tour starts is how they determine those numbers.
From official quote unquote status, but if you certainly include 2011, you have to include that obviously.
See if Jane can come back after an errant shot where she misleft.
Jane 256, possible 244.
Right down the line. It's not hooking very much, guys. Good tip there. Backs it up on the spare. Don't hook it at those spares, right at them.
I believe we talked about, I forgot what we talked about, JT and I, and all of us, in regards to the percentages for Jane Sin. But according to PWBA.com, this show, if she is to get there, would be number 10 of her career. It would be, she bowled last week, so the 27th event. Just 27 events. She's won 5 times.
It's at about 37, 38%.
About to make the show perhaps for the 10th time.
Yeah.
And she has missed cashing once.
Really? Wow.
Once.
Slacker.
Dang.
When she could just keep missing more left and it strikes.
5 titles total, 2 majors, Hall of Fame eligible.
Would we consider this, since it's different, is this considered the Triple Crown if she wins this one?
In its current state, because there is no Players' Championship at this time. So the big 3 would be U.S. Women's Open, PWBA Tour Championship, USBC Queens.
So if she wins this one, Triple Crown. And if she won, she would, 4-pin, and just looking quickly, if she had all 3 of those, she would hold all 3 of those titles in succession at the same time, which back in the day they used to call that the Tiger Slam, which I don't think I can't say never, but that's impressive.
Wrap 10 for Valerie on the fill.
Did she throw anything different there? She picked up a ball already and didn't come back, so let me see.
I was looking at the...
That's another bluish ball.
that could be the Black Widow Mania. That's a guess.
You getting tips on your phone there, sir?
No, but I know that was a bowling ball that she had used a good portion this week, especially according to social media, her own posts.
I know you have a good rapport with the tour reps, so they try to keep you in the loop of what that is. That looks like the color of it.
Now, to be fair to you, Jimmy, I did ask Katie Thornton earlier just to confirm what ball she was throwing. And she did tell us. And she just responded or got to me on her own that it was the Black Widow main.
Really? Cool. Ooh, got around that one fast. Still not comfortable. Made up 20. If she goes spare strike here, she made up 20 on Valerie. So she have 97, 17, 417. It's going to be 20 pins for 4th and 5th if she goes spare strike on left. Jane with 500 again. Solid game. That's going to be the key. If she keeps moving left, she moves left there, whether it's going to tip and go through the pin. That's the only key for Clara.
Clara 245, Jane 244. Alicia Current will have the 3rd highest game total, or game I should say, on this particular game 2.
Back to the bag for the 4th ball of the match.
As tough as that game went for Valerie, Current only had 1 double, and she's still going to be ahead of Alicia Current.
Yep. She's looking to play hold. That made the right shape. 12 pin difference.
All right, folks. Game 3 is coming up next. But first, a word from Storm.
What is it about bowling that captivates us so much? Mastery of the game is impossible, but perfection is just within reach. Success seems to lie 60 feet ahead, but the real battle takes place 6 inches between your ears. So if no matter how many times you fail, you would still do anything, and I mean anything, just to get 1% better. We know exactly how you feel.
All right, out of the break, Jane Sin begins game 3 with a 4-7.
Let's see how aggressive that Valerie is on this shot. Making a ball change after a fill shot. See if it shapes the way she wants. Nope.
Real quick, it is giveaway time. Final giveaway of the evening, of the week, courtesy of Storm, a Storm bowling ball of choice. Again, same rules apply, and the instructions are the same as well. Get out of full screen mode so you can see the lower third prompts. Again, lower third, left side of your video screen. Once the initial giveaway warning is complete, the second opportunity, or the first opportunity I should say, to submit your entry will appear. You got 45 seconds to submit your entry. That's all you have to do to enter to win. Again, thank you to Storm Bowling, proud gold partner of the USBC and the PWBA.
Good luck, everyone. Take your time.
We've reached the, it's so quiet that any marginal contact with a bleacher is going to perhaps distract a player. Oh,
It's the ball she threw on the fill that laid up there and just trued up. See if she throws that one on the right lane as well. Clara's a very deliberate player anyhow, so she's gonna, she's gonna take her time and go when she's ready. She's in a good spot on the lane. About 21 at the arrows, about 11, 12. If she gets around it just a little bit, it'll still lay there. Lined up perfectly. I think Jane had an issue with her thumb last time. Remember, she had to add tape the one time that she missed it. I think she might have added a piece of tape.
Nope.
I got to be honest, it's a little colder in here, to be honest, because there's not as many people. So maybe her thumb goes up a little bit down. It's definitely, to me, it's a little chillier in here. That definitely can change the size of your thumb. Changed on both lanes. Now she's got to figure out the left lane. This lane, she's good. Shaped the right way. You get free push on this lane now. You get help. 21 to about 13. Perfect.
By the way, congratulations to Clifford. Won himself a Storm bowling ball. Congrats, Clifford. The Bowl TV marketing squad. And this goes also for our I Am Bowling winner, Charlene. Bowl TV marketing team will be reaching out to you both via email. Give them about 2 weeks or so just to make sure they got enough time. Alicia Current playing that hole beautifully.
That might be another ball.
Again, give them a couple of weeks. They'll reach out. If for some reason you don't hear from them in a couple of weeks, then you can reach out just as a reminder at BowlTV at bowl.com. Again, congratulations again.
That is a IQAI. There's 4 bowlers and there's running out of room on a rack.
It's lead night.
There's 4 bowlers and 10 balls on a rack.
Great shot.
Good shot. Very comfortable. Jane better pay attention. She might sneak right up on her here.
Yeah, for the race to the number 3 seed. There's a 45-pin differential between Jane and Clara going into this game.
Seen bigger jumps before. That was much cleaner off her hand, it looked like. Throwing it again. Didn't read the lane. I read it really early last time on this lane. Made another move, 2 or 3 left.
Ooh, high flush. Great shot.
This is what she did in her match against JoJo. Remember, she kept moving, and she finally found that spot that gave that free length. This is probably 2 or 3 more left. She's at about 20, 22-ish. Not giving away the pocket, only getting it to 12. Might have found something. Can never settle. You got to always be looking for better. Pay attention and use your eyes to watch your ball reaction.
Look. Oh, Clara. Vamos. Early 3-bagger, and you can start to count the frames down.
Made up 21 already, my friend. We're only 24. You said 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
24 back.
Gary. This moment in time, we walked into this game with Valerie Bercier ahead of Alicia Current by 12 pins for the final spot.
Alicia in 2 frames caught her.
Bang.
She's not. Yeah, she's finally found the right combination like we talked about. It's a puzzle. She finally figured it out. Got a ball that reads the middle part of the lane the right way. Jane threw the last one, a lot of conviction. Got there and was very aggressive. And let's see if Alicia can stay on the gas. She got a trademark, that hit.
That shaker just got to just barely clip the head pin, but it's going in the right direction almost every single time. Catches just enough. Lane level. Current. Maybe. Lean on it. You see the 2011 banner right there. That's the tournament that young woman led, but was defeated in the title match. 4-7 for Clara. Jane with 5 titles. Alicia with the title. Clara with the title on the tour. Valerie Brashear, she's looking for her first PWBA title. Jane.
Gets it moving a little bit early. Perfect timing.
That girl good.
Just makes you shake your head. Clara's got to continue to put pressure on. Jane taking her ball to the back. I wonder what's going on there. Tape. Yep, more tape. Valerie, last 3, it seems she has it figured out. Last 4, she has figured out.
Uh-oh. This one's going down to it, Jim.
Yep. About 23 at the arrows. Just got down a little farther right. He's had a lot of good shaker hits this week, too. Come to the conclusion, like we said, that that's the best hit here, it seems to be. Need to make that in my book because I do a lot of events here. Oh, I don't need it in my book anymore.
You bowling TNBA this week?
No.
Oh, it's not going to roll.
You are right. I think the NBA Nationals here soon.
Oh, it's coming up.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
like Thursday.
I was there. I knew it was
Yeah.
right around the corner.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
A week and a half?
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
They'll be here. They got Gold Coast and New Orleans.
They pack them in, too, boy. Alicia says not so fast.
Well, at this point, just got to continue on. If you're Valerie, obviously you have the advantage score-wise this game. So if it continues to go this way, Valerie's going to be all right. However, that's asking a lot.
One slip up,
That's asking a lot.
14 pins. You can change like that. One triple, one open, bang, she's down 7.
Again, we entered Game 3 with these totals. Jane Sin 500 in the lead. Clara 455 second. Valerie 429 third. Alicia 417 fourth. Top 3 advance to TV. Josie Barnes already there. She is the #1 seed. Last time Josie was the #1 seed at a major, she won $100,000. Highest prize in PWBA history at the 2021 U.S. Women's Open. The number 2 seed is Hezra Romley from Malaysia. Read it. Carry it. Five-bagger for Valerie after the early open.
It's pretty to watch when you make the right decisions. When you don't, not so much. And Valerie has made the right decision. It took a little time, but she got it. Alicia appears too.
There's that level of patience.
Yep, very clean ball for Alicia as well. IQAI.
She'll try to keep matching, and she will. That 8-pin thought about it. It's good old-fashioned showdown here.
She got around. I see her hand got around that one a little bit, rotated a little bit more. Got a little farther down the lane, came right off it. Shootout at the OK Corral now. Ball's starting to be a little early.
Yeah, you can see it too.
Just a little bit. It's labor. In the last 3 frames, it was really good, and then just those little transitions, it makes it pick up even inches sooner, makes it, you know, down lane be a little different.
It's interesting how it always comes down to truly just a game of inches with bowling. Jane trying to solidify it. Just she's smelling the roses right now.
Neil said it best. Enjoy the greatness that you're seeing. Generational talent right there.
Yeah, we haven't had a ton of repeat player of the years, but
think about it. It's interesting. Liz going into the Hall of Fame, 51 years old. Jane doing it now. Maybe that torch is being passed on because, like you say, just my opinion, I think they're very similar type players, same mentality, you know, so, yeah, going in the Hall of Fame.
Last player to win back-to-back player of the years was Shannon O'Keefe in 2018 and 2019. And Jane, who looks to be bowling another full season, will have that opportunity. Valerie.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think she was going to miss much. Liz with the hat trick of player of the years before that, too.
And Liz Johnson went 3 in a row and from 15 through 17. Take a look at we talked about the physical game of Valerie all week.
Top 5 there is. I agree with you 100%.
I mean, she hadn't fallen off shot yet.
Nope. See if Clara's going to make a little adjustment here. Last 3 haven't looked great. Cheated a little left.
Oh, what a break.
Trying to get it to save a little more energy, and it did.
It's interesting because you got to keep an eye on just on that for Clara, right? Because it is starting to read early.
Yep, especially on the left lane.
She didn't want to make a late mistake either, and all of a sudden she's in a pickle.
At least she can bowl 270. That gets her to 695.
Look out. Felt like that was the one person who could not afford to miss.
Yeah. It's going to be a very high top 4 relative to usually. Usually somebody struggles. But ain't nobody really struggling here. Everybody had 400. Bowling good.
Valerie. Bang.
Just needed to find the piece.
A couple of fist pumps from the Nebraska alum. Original native of Canada. Lives in Michigan. She could be bowling on television And her young son, Little John, would be here to see it. Husband John and their son here. Also, Valerie told me she is bowling and committed to bowling the entire season this year.
Good to hear. We need talents like that on the PWBA tour. And after you talk, wait till after the shot from Jane. And after you told me the horrible story about, when little John was born, the injury she had and the baby had, that's even more reason to want her to be out here bowling.
Yeah, it took a little while for her to get back to certainly this level.
One errant shot. You know what I mean? That's one errant shot. Again, she made a good ball choice too, going into the game.
Right now, Alicia Curran's max is 674. Jane Sin just needs to
make the ball go forward.
Yep, she's going to be okay. Obviously, Valerie is putting in the work. But as mentioned, Clara and Alicia Curran were only separated by 38 pins. Push.
Double dribble. See, that's the result of that flat 10, like you talk about. Now she goes, I got to catch it a little more to try to get it, and it goes left. I'll tell you what, I got to tell you, you see the lane really good.
Yeah, I guess it's my 9th year. Bet I had learned something.
You see the lane really good, though.
Bet I had learned something for all these years.
Yeah.
Bang.
Strike. By the way, I've been around people for 20 years and still can't read a lane, so. I thought when we give compliments, you're supposed to say thank you.
You're right. I told you that early.
What's this, a double standard here?
Thanks. I still can't read a house shot.
Yeah.
I can't do it at least.
Can read this, though. Yeah, you're right. Clara's got to find a double somewhere here if Alicia keeps striking.
Yeah, there's still a lot of to be determined here.
Yep.
Everything is still up in the air. Jane still not officially mathematically locked into the number 3 seed. That could change here depending on what Valerie does. And Jane Sin's going to be your number 3 seed. So Josie Barnes, Hezra Rumley, and now Jane Sin 1, 2, 3 with 4, 5 left. Jane, who finished 6th last year, gets a little bit of revenge. She's on the show and looking for her first Queen's title. She finished 2nd in 2019 to Dasha Kovalova.
Clara cannot afford a mistake here.
Needs to find a double 8.
And the ball is not helping her right now, so she's not. I've seen a lot of players change balls in this spot, but you know what? It's very risky. And, yeah, the ball is running out of gas quick. On the lane that hooks a little. So if Alicia strikes here, she's going to need a double to shut her out on the particular lane where her ball is burning up early, where she went flat 10, try to help it high. So the confidence level is not super high on that lane. So don't go away, people. We're not done here yet.
All right, spare made.
Avoided disaster there.
There's been one open in this game amongst the 4 competitors. This is a humongous shot here for Current to keep everything alive. It's left all the way. No.
You see the disappointment in her face there that she wanted to throw that one a little bit better.
Current, if she makes this, Clara will just need 7 pins. Shot in the 10th, but here's Valerie first and foremost. What a ball change for Valerie Bercier. Black Widow Mania came to play in Game 3.
You are right. If Valerie strikes here, she locks up the 4 seed, which will then give her lane choice on the TV show. That's the only difference. Great job.
How about it?
Great job of identifying that there was an issue. Ball wasn't reading it right. You know, went through a couple balls, put all the pieces together on the puzzle, and look what happens. 250s on the last game.
That is very apropos right there for
Kicked it over.
Jane Sin.
You don't see that very often out of her.
Again, the last 2 majors been won by Jane Sin. It could be 3 consecutive across now 2 seasons.
That would have made it from 35 yards right there. Gotta say, Tennille Milligan. I still, when I know people, I always say their old name. Tennille Milligan, ask who the person was that's going to be the sleeper that can get there. You got her.
685 for Valerie, 707 for Jane.
This is the highest 3-for-4 match I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. I don't know where it ranks, but this is very high. Yeah.
And now it is officially official. It's going to be Jane Sin, Valerie Bercier, and Clara Guerrero, your 3-4-5. Valerie will face Clara in the opening match. The winner will face Jane Sin. The winner of that match will move on to face number 2 seed Hazara Ramli of Malaysia. Jane Sin, of course, also of Malaysia. 2 Malaysians on the show tomorrow. And your number 1 seed, Josie Barnes, sitting on 4 titles. Speaking of Josie, looking to add another major to her resume. And she, too, would become Hall of Fame eligible. How about Clara? There's the smile.
She's been holding it in for a while, too.
And unfortunately, there's always one player in this scenario.
Great week for Alicia.
A fantastic week.
Man, that was exciting.
641, and man,
that was exciting. Some really good ball changes there throughout. Clara went to that ball, the Equinox. Valerie went to the Black Widow.
Black Widow Mania.
And then Alicia went to the IQ Tour AI. Man, what? That's about knowing your arsenal like we talked about early in the week. Obviously, these girls are in this position for that reason. Congratulations to all the players that made the show this week.
My apologies. I shorted Jane. She wasn't done yet. 735. I want to give her all of her pins. 735, 685.
It was running out of gas on my girl Clara, too.
I tell you, if this was a 15-frame game.
Yeah, it was. She'd be holding on.
Huge round of applause. An amazing week of bowling here at Suncoast at the 2025 USBC Queens. It is my pleasure to introduce our top 5 for our live stepladder finals happening tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m.
Again, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Our number 5 seed was the 2016 Players Champion, and she's looking for her second career major. From Colombia, Miss Clara Guerrero.
That's well-deserved.
In the opening match,
Clara.
she will face our
Struggled
number 4.
last week, too.
She was the
Big comeback.
2019 PWBA Rookie of the Year, looking for her first title from Canada, Miss Valerie Mercier.
Colombia, Canada, 2 Malaysians and 1 American.
That match goes on to face our number 3
That is
seed.
the
She's
Queens.
Our reigning Player of the Year, looking for the Triple Crown from Malaysia, Sin Lee Jane.
Reigning PWBA Player of the Year.
The winner of that match goes
Boy,
on to face
a match
our
that
number 2
she
seed.
may not
This
have
is
gotten
her
through
first professional
against
event.
Natasha
And
Roseland,
her first
but she
stepladder
does, and
also
she's
from
on.
Malaysia, Miss Hasira Ramli.
Ezra Romley. Folks, you talking about somebody being impressed? 22 years old, folks.
The 2021 U.S. Women's Open, looking for her second major from Hermitage, Tennessee, Miss Josie Barnes.
And there is Josie Barnes looking for major number 2. It would be title number 5, which would make her Hall of Fame eligible.
5 for our live step-ladder finals happening tomorrow evening here on.
Well, there's a decent look. There's a lot of media individuals in the way. Look at Donnie.
Showcase out there.
Donnie, you got to command that space, Donnie.
He doesn't know better.
Tell these people.
Tomorrow, who is going to give the coveted tiara $60,000 on the line for our first major of the year, the 2025 USBC Queens?
A lot of experience there when you look at Josie, Jane, Clara, in regards to shows, TV. Valerie making her second TV appearance, her 3rd show overall. Of course, Miss Romley, 22 years old, started to make a lot of strides in Malaysia, of course, but now bowling under the lights. Not sure how many times she's bowled on TV or in a TV-like setting in Malaysia, but at least she will have perhaps the best player, best teacher in that scenario in Jane, to help kind of at least walk her through certain things, the way things will go, practice, all of that stuff. But, Jim, when you take a look, right, this thing started on Wednesday with practice. We worked all the way through qualifying, 15 games, 64-player bracket. We've got 5 players, each one with their own story to tell, each one with their own opportunity, of course, to place their names into the history books, some with varying storylines, but when it's all said and done, we've got 1 tiara and 1 winner.
Only one.
How do we see this one shaken out?
All well-deserved. Most of them had their best ball reaction all week.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Josie's had the best ball reaction, in my opinion, the whole week, but she's not going to get the bowl till we're several games in, and her transitions have not been great. So I think she's probably, if I was guessing, that road ball that she came up with is going to come into play tomorrow. And so we'll see we go from there. Definitely Jane. Jane's going to have what Jane has. It'll be interesting what Valerie has. And the X factor is
Ezra.
I'm sorry.
Or I'm sorry, Hazira.
Hazira. Yeah. She's the X
I
factor.
do. I think you're right.
So that's how I see it playing out.
She could sneak up and win because it would be no one would be expecting her to win. But it's clear she's got what it takes to get that done.
Trying to make me pick who I think's going to win? Is that what you're saying?
No. I really wanted you to just give me some ideas on why each player theoretically could win. We talked about the storylines. You know, Clara, I think this was a resume cementer if she takes home the title. For Valerie, just kind of coming back, what she's been through the last couple of seasons, not being able to bowl. Her family is here, husband is here, son is here. Obviously, Jane looking to just add more history to what she has already done. Could win 3 consecutive majors. And then, of course, Hezaro, as we talked about, the newcomer, to the group. And then, obviously, Josie will become Hall of Fame eligible and also win her first Queens. By the way, Josie made the show in 2012 at the Queens and finished 5th.
Interesting. We have two subplots. Jane wins, Triple Crown. Josie wins, Hall of Fame eligible. That's 2 huge accomplishments in people's careers. And we're going to use the Tiger Slam, again, analogy. That means that Jane, if she wins, will hold all 3 major titles at one time.
And then the next time she'd be in a major, she'd be the defending champion at the U.S. Women's Open.
The next 3 times.
That's right. That's crazy.
Yeah, so good for her. And you know what? Thanks for letting me hang out with you, Emil, this week. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for the chat and the stream jumping in, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
With that said, JT, do we have any other bills to pay? We are good. All right, folks. Again, congratulations to everybody. Congratulations to Alicia Current. And obviously no one wants to finish 6th in this event because that means you were in the 4 for 3, but she bowled fantastic all week long. She will be bowling Cleveland, all 3 events there.
Bowling all 3 in Cleveland and then the U.S. Open.
And the U.S. Women's Open. So this will not be the final time. Keep an eye out for her. We will see Alicia Current. Tomorrow, of course, at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, we now give way to the CBS Sports Network crew. You saw Jim Townsend, our TV producer, with some further instructions for the players. Dave Ryan, Kelly Kulick, and Sydney Brummett will be your crew tomorrow. Make sure you set your DVRs if you will not be at home. Again, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network live TV finals, ladies and gentlemen. As we close it out, I want to thank the United States Bowling Congress and the USBC Board. Certainly would like to thank the Bowling Proprietors Association and the BPAA Board. Big thank you to Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider of the PWBA. Certainly would like to thank all of our athletes on this tour. We talked about greatness and just being present in the moment and watching greatness, and that's exactly what we witnessed here at the Queens. And certainly you, the best fans in all of bowling, the Bowl TV community. Thank you so much for hanging out with us all week long. The next PWBA broadcast on Bowl TV, again, will be in a week's time. Actually, just over a week's time. We head over to Yorktown Lanes for a full week, 3 events. Parma Heights, Ohio, just outside of Cleveland, for the Cleveland Classic Series. For Jason Thomas, it was fantastic. Big thanks to Leah Zweig running camera on the sideline. Sydney Brummett joined us all day yesterday and the majority of today before she had to go and do TV interviews. She was manning the sidelines, and appreciate Sid. Jim Callahan, great job all week, my friend. Appreciate you hanging out.
Thank you.
Thank you for educating the viewers with your esteemed experience. My name is Emil Williams Jr. We say so long for now. Again, CBS Sports Network, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. This has been a presentation of the 2025 USBC Queens. You have watched it live, and you have watched it only on Bowl TV. Remember, bowling lives here. Good night, folks.